Margaret, Senator Batchik.
And I'd like to move an amendment to the order of business that we would not take committee stage of the Judicial Appointments Commission Bill 2017 today. And indeed, on behalf of the Labour Group, I would seek to put forward again the position that Senator Humphreys and myself put forward on Thursday, that this committee stage of the bill should not be taken until we have had sight of the as yet unpublished report touching on the bill from the Council of Europe's Group of States Against Corruption, that is GRECO, because we need time to see what the Council of Europe have said, what GRECO have said, and indeed to see what the government's response is. And I just want to endorse the very strong words of Senator Boyhan in his criticism of the way in which this bill is being approached in the Seanad. I think this is making a mockery of the legislative process. We're being asked to legislate in the dark, without sight of a report, significant excerpts from which have already been leaked into the public domain. And I just want to refer colleagues who may as yet be undecided as to what way they will vote on our amendment, I want to refer them to 4 points raised in the GRECO report. First, GRECO express the point that while the government say there have been in-depth consultations with the judiciary say there have not been such consultations. Secondly, that GRECO say, and I quote, they have significant concerns about the composition of an appointments commission as proposed in the bill. Thirdly, they say the move, that is the government's proposal, is not in line with European standards, and again I'm quoting. And finally, they urge the authorities to reconsider this matter in order to limit potential risks of improper influence from the executive or political power over the appointment process to the judiciary or any perception thereof, and to do so in close cooperation with the judicial authorities. Instead of this considered approach to reform, much-needed reform of judicial appointments, we are seeing legislation being rushed through, rammed through indeed, subject to whip, subject to late-night sittings. This is not good legislation. It's not in keeping with what the government describes as the best part of the new politics, to see this bill being proposed to be taken till 11 o'clock tonight and again, I think, indefinitely into the night tomorrow night. It's simply unacceptable, Leader. We have 111 amendments in, including a significant number from government. We've put in our own amendments without prejudice to the motion, to the amendment we're seeking to have passed by the House today. But we say this is not sound legislation, and that the first thing we need to do is to see the GRECO report and to see what the government proposed to do to respond to these very, very serious criticisms from the Council of Europe's own Group of States Against Corruption. And I would absolutely agree, finally, with Senator Boyhan when he says Minister Ross would be the first person to be jumping up and down in disgust if any government of which he was not part was trying to bring about much-needed reform in this extremely misguided and ill-conceived way. So I'm urging colleagues to support the amendment that I am proposing to the order of business, that we do not take committee stage of the bill today.